Lisa again, and we're getting ready for the second week of November. And this week's lesson is about the Lord's Prayer. All month, our theme is a recipe for thanks. And this week, we're going to be thankful that Jesus taught us how to pray. So the scripture references in Matthew where the Lord's Prayer is, and Jesus really kind of gives us some instructions on what to say and how to pray. So the DVD, the story will tell you about that. So our activities this week are going to be a lot like last week's. If you were here last week, just a lot of following direction kind of games, because that's what we're learning about this week. So the first game is actually called Following Directions, and it's basically just follow the leader. Just stand in front of the kids and do different motions and have them follow you and do what you do. And the second game is called Follow the Steps, and every classroom has numbers taped on their floor, 1 through 10, and so just have the kids line up and have them go in order from 1 all the way through 10. And you can hop or jump or whatever you want to do to make it a little more exciting. But just have them start at 1 and go all the way through 10 and talk about how important it is to follow directions and follow the steps when we're given directions. And then the third activity is the memory verse with motions, and everybody should have the memory verse with a cute little tablecloth background. The memory verse this month is short. I will give thanks to the Lord with my whole heart. So if you'll, this is going to be really kind of the first introduction to the memory verse this month. So if you'll go over this with them a few times, the motions are pretty simple. So go over this with them, and so they can really start to remember this about giving thanks all the time and giving thanks with our whole heart. And then the transition activity is called We Can Pray Everywhere. And so when you line up to go somewhere, have the kids pick a partner and stand next to each other and just kind of join arms. And then when you're walking down the hallway, just say stop and pray. And then they can stop and they can fold their hands and you can say a little prayer. And then you can walk and say, okay, let's pray. And then they'll fold their hands again and say a little prayer. So I know sometimes when you're walking from class to class, you get there a little bit before the other classes left. So this will take a little more time if you do this activity, walking from class to class. But it should be really fun for them to have a friend, to learn that they can have a friend to play with. And then the craft this week is, this past couple weeks there have been a theme of stickers and colors. So we're coloring in and putting some stickers on here. So we have our thing, I'm thankful I can pray. And so just let them color the picture, and everyone should get a smiley face sticker to put in each little section. You can pray anytime, you can pray anywhere, and you can pray with anyone. And so just let them
that's cute.
Put a little smiley face sticker on their stuff. And just really, if you're in the art room, whether you're the art teacher or you're just a regular teacher in there, just really talk to them about this and how important it is to pray, and that you can pray anytime and anywhere and with anyone, even by yourself, because Jesus is always listening. So this should be a really good lesson this week for them to really get a foundation for these little guys about how important prayer is. And that's it for this week.
Well, and I'll add that if you're the art teacher and you're teaching this activity, you can pray anytime, so you can talk to them about praying like morning, for lunchtime, before you go to bed, anywhere. You can pray at mom's house, grandma, grandpa's house, on the way to school, and then with anyone, they can raise their hand or shout probably, let's be real, who they like to pray with. And so you can actually really break that activity up and get them all involved. But Lisa, did you color that picture?
I did not. Emma colored the picture.
Your daughter. Well, thank you, Emma, for coloring this picture. Thanks, Lisa.
She even autographed it down here at the bottom, so you want to save in case she ever gets to be famous. You got her autograph down here.
Oh, that's so funny. All right, thank you, Lisa.
Bye.